Millions of children need a warm and loving home. There are millions of children who are homeless and many more who are addicted to drugs. These children are foster children. Now, if everyone became a foster parent, there would be less homeless people, less people addicted to drugs, there would be less foster kids addicted to drugs, and there would be more foster children graduating. Now, the SOS Children's Village, Illinois website states that only 50% of children in traditional foster care graduate from high school, and the other 3 to 11% go on to getting a bachelor's degree. The other 50% either drop out or become incarcerated. Now, when the 50% drop out or become incarcerated, that means that they're on the streets alone, hungry, and cold and scared. Now, many children become homeless, foster children become homeless, because they age out of the system. That means when they hit 18, they are no longer a ward of the state. They are off by themselves. And because these foster children are off by themselves, they have no one to call, they don't have a home, so they will be on the streets. And when many of these children become on the streets, they will be exposed to drugs. I already did that slide. Now, many of these kids abuse drugs because either one, their parents were addicted to drugs before they were in foster care, and they got exposed there. Many kids, when they're exposed by their parents, they'll see their parents doing it and decide to go down the same path of their parents. Now, many other kids will be addicted to drugs and will be exposed to drugs because they want to numb the pain. Many kids, when they're in the foster system, they get abused, and I mean by almost every single home they're at. Substance use and abuse among other older youth in foster care states that 45% of foster care youth report using alcohol or other drugs. See, the foster kids are never in a stable environment for long, and so they want a sense of control. So to get that sense of control, they will use drugs. They get that sense of control because they're doing something to their body that they can control. Because when you're being abused, you can't control what happens to you or how they're abusing you. So they'll use these drugs to numb the pain because they're so I would say, they're so surrounded by all this pain and this just wanting to go away. Do you need to stop it now? Okay, they're so surrounded by all this pain that they want all that pain to go, so they'll use those drugs to numb the pain and to just escape their reality, even though it's not the best solution whatsoever. Now, another great reason to become a foster parent is because you can save the child's life. Now, the child will normally go down the path that their parents did, whether that's abusing drugs, alcohol, or having physical abuse to other people. If you foster these kids, you can show them that they don't have to be like their parents. They can go down a completely different path, that they can go down a path that they want, that they're not useless and that they're not something that can be moved from place to place, that they're a person and that they're loved. And if you open your home to these foster kids, you can show them that they're loved and that they can start a family themselves. Many foster kids won't start a family for themselves because they are terrified that they're going to end up like their parents. But opening your home and showing them that you're not like other parents, or other parents, their parents aren't going to be like how you are, that your home is a safe environment. You will ultimately save their lives and send them down a different path. That's the end of the slideshow. But now, I'm not saying that when you become a foster parent, it's going to be easy, because it won't. It absolutely 100% will not be easy. But you will save their lives. When you have a foster kid come to your home, you will have to deal with the aftermath of some very severe trauma. Now, a kid could come in and be addicted to drugs, and you're going to have to get them the help they need for those drugs. Now, a kid will also come in and could be abused or neglected. And you will have to earn their trust and get them to show them that you are not going to hurt them the way that other people had hurt them. But if you do foster them, you would be helping so many kids. Even if you're just fostering one kid, that takes one kid out of the system and lets another kid come in and get help that they need. Even if you're just donating to the system, that also helps kids in the foster care system. Now, I'm not here to convince you that you have to go home right now and be a foster parent, or you have to go home and sign up for a program and donate money. What I'm here to do is I'm here to try to convince you, and I'm hopeful that you will at least consider and think about the kids that you could save if you fostered.